from Tallahassee, Florida. It's the NJCAA Game of the Week on ESPN+. Tonight, it's a Panhandle Conference battle as the third-ranked Tallahassee Eagles welcome in the reigning national champs, the Northwest Florida State Raiders. Hey, everybody, welcome to Florida alongside Trevor DeGroat. Larry Larson with you. Glad you're with us. And, Trevor, these are two teams that have sort of swapped positions. Northwest Florida State, a team that's so used to being at the top of the standings, but now Tallahassee is king of the hill.
Fears! The exclamation point! What a comeback win from West!
Patterson, slippery inside, scores again. 25 for Addison Patterson.
Under 10. Fears in isolation. Look at the moves and the make. Big shot here. Calcaterra can't make it a three-possession game. Palmer. Who's going to deliver? Simpson tries it. He got it. Three-point game.
They're certainly picking up the sense of urgency and that focus that they need to get back in this game. And I think they recognize that. They have to try and settle things down again.
Speaking of sense of urgency, we've called in the backup mopper. More sweeping than a curling match, and now we're all set to go. Good work, team. At the under-16 break, UIS trails Rockhurst by 2. Hawks have opened up the second half strong, and their big man, Rich Byrie, starting to get going after just 2 points in the first half. He's got 7 now.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's surprised that, he was going to start to score a little bit and start to get going a little bit. He's too good of a player to just, be with 2 points. But you just got to manage that a little bit, right? Just make sure that his impact isn't too much and that keep doubling like that. They're in a good spot with that. But.
Here's Max Kunert in the corner. He's been contained tonight. Drive and kick right in and out. And Hannah got fouled underneath. That's an easy call. You might be able to hear some good commentary from Drew Diener.
I apologize for laughing, but that was a pretty good one. You hear a lot of coach talk from that one, but Drew Diener saying he's got to lead the league in soft calls. That was a good little joke.
Kunert, easy look on the inside for the 2. Max Kunert comes into this one averaging 18 points a game in his last 6, but tonight he's at 7. We'll see if he can get going. Pull-up jumper from Auer is off.
Yeah, but Max has done a good job defensively, and you're in the right spots. You're not scoring, but he's still making a lot of good impacts on the floor right now.
Kunert slips by and drains it. There he is.
Just speaking of him, right? It's almost like he heard us and woke him up. Stars by 3. Back and forth these two teams go, just throwing haymakers at each other with little runs.
What a fun game it's been. Kaku Shadzi draws the foul.
I think they're going to get Max for an arm bar there.
Now I think Matt Brock might pull out that line.
Yeah. The ebb and flow of how coaches, work officials and, calls that go from, calls to make-up calls. It's fun. And being able to sit at this level and kind of hear it and how that goes on is always good.
Kaku Shadzi checks out. Nico Felici in. Tamaris Brown cut off. He resets, charges downhill. What's the call? It's offensive.
Michael Wright is not known as a defensive player. That was a fantastic job of moving his feet quickly and sacrificing his body. That's probably the best. That might be the one charge we've seen Michael Wright take this year, but at the right time. That was fantastic defense by a guy not known for his defense.
Pun intended there, right time?
Right time. WR.
Drew Diener conveying his case, and now Michael Wright is going to take the mop himself and mop up his own sweat.
Yeah, well, it's just taking care of your own mess.
A true hustle play.
Back to action.
Yeah, see a couple good possessions for the Stars. See if they can get another one here and start to stretch this lead a little bit.
In case they're just joining us, UIS has led by as many as 9. That was way back in the first half, though. Wright thought about the 3.
Good close out there.
Hanna charges inside past Byrie and draws a foul.
Really good job there. He initiated the contact first, and then once he felt the contact, then went up. He didn't go away from the contact there and made the official blow the whistle and make the call.
Hanna never one to shy away from contact. He's a hard-nosed player.
Yeah, he almost invites it.
Makes the first free throw.
But again, another good possession for the Stars. Start to stack these good offensive possessions here.
Rich Byrie checks out. That was just his first foul. Rockhurst trying to snap a slow stretch. They've lost 3 of 4. UIS looking for back-to-back wins. Both these teams trying to keep pace, stick in that top 8 of the GLVC. Those top 8 teams get to play in the conference tournament.
Yeah, and not only that, for seeding. You know, the seeding is so important given how the league's set up this year.
Based on a point system. That point system definitely favors the Hawks. Inside look for Auer. Fades and scores.
That's a pretty shot.
Jake Auer has been quiet tonight. Guy that comes in averaging about 11 points per game. That's his first bucket.
Yeah, we hadn't called his name all night. Outside of a foul or 2.
Kunert turns it over right into the hands of Brown. Chugs ahead, and a foul is called. Is that going to get Kunert there on the reach around?
I think so.
Yes. And that's 4 on Max Kunert, so he's going to check out.
Yeah, and that's a frustration foul, too. You know, when you don't want a frustration foul with 13 minutes to go right here, you know, from that. And I think that's what Matt Brock's telling him right there. But Max Kunert's going to be on the bench for probably a good 6-7 minutes at the very least here.
Auer nearly tripped up. Back to Auer, and he gets fouled.
Keith Johnson was 18 in the shot clock, but he was in good position. Didn't need to really reach. But with Max out, Keith Johnson's going to need to step up.
Johnson has stepped up multiple times for the Prairie Stars this year. Kind of known as a clutch player, but has had his fair share of struggles down the stretch of the year. Auer's 3 is off. Rebound to Johnson. Matt Brock says, move it, move it. UIS pushes the pace, leading by 2. Johnson gets inside. Weber's tip doesn't go. Chases down his own miss. Extra pass. Keith Johnson 3 is off. Who's it out off of? It'll stay with the Prairie Stars.
Hustle play, Jacob Hanna, right? Hustle play. That rebound should have never been gotten by UIS. Jacob Hanna made the play. Drew Diener, probably another one of these effort discussions here.
Timeout taken by Rockhurst as Drew Diener is upset with his group. UIS leading by 2. We'll step aside on the GLVC Sports Network.